Who else is prepared to go out in nature and just move your body and get some healing from it? I know I am. Hey y'all, let's talk today. Today I am talking about healing through nature and movement, especially because we are at the end of April, which means we are getting closer and closer to the summer months. I hope spring has been treating you well, okay? Um, you know, I think it's so important. This topic is so important because we just got done spending our winter months, cooped up in a house. If you live in cold climates like myself in the Illinois area, um, well, these winters can be very brutal. Okay. And so I think this is just an important topic for me to discuss and I want to share. And I think this is going to be a pretty short video overall. But let's talk about it. Finding healing in nature and in movement, okay? Because that's so important. Y'all ever just notice when like y'all are outside and you just feel the sun hit your skin, oh my God, and you just feel like 100 times better? Just saying. Or even just taking a deep breath of fresh air. And you just feel like you in a new place, right? And it's just like so relaxing. That is one of the main things I am looking forward to as the summer hits, because I actually like to be in my backyard throughout the week, just soaking up the sun and living my best life quietly in my backyard. Okay. So let's just talk about like why nature is a healer. It's a natural healer. Okay. Nature is a natural healer. First of all, nature has incredible ways of grounding us. Let's start there. Did y'all know that studies show that spending time outdoors can reduce stress, lower anxiety, and improve your mood? That's why they be like, especially for us Black African American individuals, vitamin D be important because we usually could get it outside from the sun. If you get enough, but sometimes you don't. We don't, so we gotta take the over-the-counter medication, right? But it improves your mood, reduce that stress, reduce the anxiety, right? And it's not just in your head. I promise, it's not just in your head. It is science. I pulled the facts today, like any other day, of course, but I got the facts. Okay, being in green spaces lower cortisol. Remember, I talked about that before. That's that stress hormone. Okay, it increases serotonin. Okay, that's the happy chemical that's inside of us. Okay, and it helps us feel more connected to the world around us. That's why y'all hear a lot of people like, when people are like being like crazy, and I'm not saying crazy as in like the mental health component of crazy, but just like how we label the everyday. Y'all is acting crazy outside. Or people are like be in them celebrities comments like going crazy. You don't even know those people. And y'all hear people say, oh my God, go touch grass. Because you need to be grounded. They need to be grounded, right? And so that's why a lot of people like touch grass today. Like for real. Be for real. Okay. Like just think about it. When was the last time like you truly paused in nature? Like you truly sat outside? If it's been a minute, because again, if you're like me, when you live where we experience all four seasons throughout the year, it's probably been a minute. It's probably been a minute, especially if you ain't been on no vacation or what. It's probably been a minute. So what you should do is go outside or prepare yourself to go outside. Okay? And I'm not even saying like just go for a walk. Like you have to go for a walk. I'm saying like you just go sit on your front porch. Do what I do. I people watch in the summertime. Not that many people, but it's a lot of older people that live in my community. So I like to people watch when they outside. And I'm not talking about, I walk from my front door to my car. That's enough. No, it's not. It's not enough. Sit down on your porch. Especially if you own your house. Sit down. You pay for the house. Enjoy it. Sit down. If you can. If you can. Or go in the backyard if you can. Actually just listen to the wind blow, the birds chirping. And if you like bugs, listen to you hear them bugs click 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 click. Like really take the time to just embrace those moments. That grounds you. Okay. It allows you to be present in a moment, and it just allows you to, like, for some people, feel alive again. I know for me it does, especially in the summer when I'm in the backyard. I'm taking a break in between clients, or I don't have clients that day. It just feels so freaking good to just be able to just sit there and just be like one with myself and one with nature. Not thinking of too many thoughts, not my mind not going 50 miles an hour, none of that. It's just so relaxing. That's what being in nature does for you. It allows you to be present. Remember I talked about being mindful. That's what happens. This is this. Okay. Let's also talk about the power of movement, right? The power of movement for your mental and well-being and emotional well-being, I should say, right? I'll say this, we often associate movement with exercise and fitness goal. A lot of people think like, I don't want to go exercise. I ain't got to talk about that. But just moving your body is much more beneficial than just always feeling like you just gotta go work out. Okay? It's about releasing stuck emotions, clearing mental fogs, and reconnecting with yourself. I'm just saying. So movement doesn't have to be intense to be effective. I'm gonna tell you what it can be. It can be a slow and mindful walk in the park, stretching in the morning to wake up your body. And if you over a certain age, I'll say this: when you hit real life adulthood, you should really be stretching every day. A doctor would tell you that. You should really be stretching every day. I'm just saying. Dancing in your living room just because it feels good. I do that often, at least once a week. I do just something quick, simple, ain't nothing too crazy. Ain't no full blown choreographer or nothing like that. Ain't no routine happening. I ain't doing none of that, right? Yoga could be helpful. And again, remember we talking about those breathing exercises before. Just take some deep breathing exercises outside could be helpful too. And then if you like to do actual stuff, hiking, gardening, or just like I said, simply standing outside in your barefoot in grass. Remember I told y'all, touch grass. Because it's grounding. Touch grass. All of those things is how you can move without feeling like you gotta go to the gym. I gotta go bench press this and leg press that and abs work out this. You don't have to do that all the time. If you want to do it one day a week, that's fine. Work out, but that doesn't have to be the only way you move your body. There's so many ways I just told y'all of moving your bodies. Okay? When we move, we release stress. Did y'all know that? And we reconnect with our bodies. Because also, guess what? When you're moving, you learn stuff about your body. Whether you're in a gym or you're doing one of the things I said, you learn stuff about your body. But this is where you have to be mindful, right, of what's happening in your body. Prime example, if I'm in a gym and if I'm doing those pull downs, if one side hurt versus the other, I know this is the weak side. For me, I know for a fact my left side is the weaker side. So I know that my left side will start hurting before my right side would. That's me paying attention to my body. Right? So be mindful of what's happening with your body. Be one with your body. Like I said, moving helps release stress and reconnect with your bodies. The key is to find what feels good to you, okay? And so that's why I gave you all those different options. You want to find something that feels good to you that you can also sustain. And not feel like, oh my God, I gotta do this again and again and again and again. I'm just saying. What feels good to you? What's gonna bring you joy? What's gonna bring you happiness? Now, let's talk about combining nature and movement for healing, okay? This could look like a morning walk to set your intentions for the day. I actually know somebody that does that and they love it. Again, stretching or meditating in the sunshine. So if you have the ability to go outside and meditate, or you have big, beautiful bay windows or windows that brings in a natural light, do it. Okay. A mindful hike, again, paying attention to the sights, ground, smells all around you. If you're a hiker, if that's what you like to do. If you're a gardener, feeling the earth in your hands. I know people who love gardening and like just having the soil, that fresh soil in their hands. It's like watching a kid at the candy store. Okay. And again, simply breathing deeply outside, observing the calmness of nature, because nature is calm. It's us folks that's within nature that ain't calm. Just saying. But again, this isn't necessarily about your physical health, because I want to be very clear. I'm not talking about like, oh, you doing all this because you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to work out. That's not about that. Okay, this is about the mental clarity that all of this provide, the emotional release that you will get from this, and the soul healing that you get from this. Okay, so when we step outside and move with intention, we are reminding ourselves that we are part of something bigger, that we are alive, and that we healing, and that healing is always available to us. Okay, that's what it's telling us. That's what it's teaching us. That's what we're learning throughout this process. Okay. So make this a daily practice. Put it into your daily practices. So pick one of them you like, or do more research on other options that you see fit, and put it into your daily practices. That's it. It don't have to be a bunch of hours you're trying to spend in nature. You don't have to have a strict routine out there. Like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta touch grass for 5 minutes, and then after that I have to do the deep breathing, then after that I gotta start gardening. No, you don't have. No, it's not none of that. It's not none of that. Okay, at all. Just start small. Go step outside on your porch for 5 minutes every day. Breathe in fresh air. Observe what's around you. If you want to touch grass with your bare feet, do that. Start there. 5 minutes. Then increase it to 10, then 15, or however much you want to increase it. And moving your body around. So walking around in your backyard. Even if you just walking around in circles. Even if you are, for whatever reason, on the phone or listening to a podcast or something like that. Just get out of nature. Quite honestly, I would say unplug from your phone if you can. But I know some people, that's very hard for them. So until you get to that point, it's okay to have it with you. I ain't judging. Okay? And again, pay attention to how you feel before and after. So I think that'll be super helpful. Make note of how you feel before you walk outside. And then once you're done and come back inside, make note of how you feel. See if there's any improvements there. See if there's anything that you feel like, I'm going to do this again. Or you know what? I felt like at least 10% better than I did when I worked out there. That's a start. That's all we ever want anyway, is for it to be a start and you to like build upon it. Treat it as building blocks. Okay? So again, I told y'all this would be cute, short, and simple. The next time you have the opportunity to do so, I want you to step outside. I want you to move your body. And I want you to breathe deeply. And just notice how you feel. Notice what's around you. You probably start seeing things you ain't never seen before. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's nice. And have a good time doing so. Okay? So share this with other people. If this was helpful, if it resonated with you, share with other people so that they can get the same message. Don't be stingy. Comment in the comments of how do you utilize nature for your healing, what works for you or what you want to try out, and subscribe and like this video. And I will see y'all soon. Enjoy y'all day, enjoy y'all week. Have a good one. Bye.